Hi, I'm John. I do creative work for a PR agency.
Awesome. All right. So I love your style and tell me what you're wearing.
So I'm wearing these crazy moon boots, of course, the main attraction. I have a Jacquemus fuzzy beanie, Adidas snap-on pants. This was my mom's leather jacket from the 80s, which is cool. This COS bag, which just like if you're in New York, this fits everything. So it's amazing. You could carry like 600 things in here and still have free hands, or kind of. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So where do you like to go shopping in New York City?
I love to go to vintage markets. I try to shop mostly secondhand. So some of my friends run a vintage pop-up that happens like in McCarran Park in the summer. Shout out to Everything's Fine Vintage. I think they have an Essex Market pop-up now too. I also use like eBay a lot. I actually do public relations for eBay, so I use their site a lot. And then a lot of secondhand shops around the city.
Beautiful. All right. So where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
Honestly, just walking around, like looking at all of the people around. Everyone is always dressed really interestingly, so there's a lot of, exciting looks to kind of pull inspiration from. Also, I feel like when you shop secondhand, a lot of times things like just sort of come to you rather than like having to pick things out individually or like seek a certain item out. You kind of just go in and like see what you gravitate towards, and then it all kind of comes together.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
I'm Leo. I'm Mike.
Where you guys from?
We're from Paris. Paris too.
Awesome. All right. I love your style and tell me what you're wearing.
I'm wearing leather jeans, a jacket from is secondhand, a sweater, also secondhand, a little handbag, secondhand, and Zara pants, and some Jordan shoes. Yeah.
How about you?
I wear a simple H&M jacket, a hoodie from YRB and Louis Odete, some friends, custom pants from my friend's X2 side on Instagram, and simple, like F1s.
So where do you like to go shopping in New York so far?
Well, we're discovering, but we like all the secondhand shops like Tokyo 7, and we're just discovering it.
How about you?
Definitely so. Yeah.
So all right, so tell me about your Paris fashion scene.
Well, Paris is obviously the place to be, for everything linked with fashion. So you just have to go out in the street and see how people dress. And we're also inspired by all our, celebrities and stuff. Like, so for example, here in the United States, like Lil I like his style, and A$AP Rocky. But yeah.
You guys like their style?
Yeah.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
Hi, my name is Lauren and I work for a creative agency in New York.
Awesome, I love your style. So tell me what you're wearing.
I appreciate it. I'm just wearing a North Face jacket for the winter, some Nocta sweats. I have my Shocks on, which are my everyday go-to shoes. Something cozy and comfortable.
Nice. All right. So where would you like to go shopping in New York City?
There's so many places that I love. I love 2nd Street. Right here, my friend works at this place called Tumbao, and it's all like Latin-owned designers, and they have really cool and unique pieces. I love Depop, I love Essence, and Nike too.
All right, so where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
So many different people. Everyone in New York is so inspiring. I really love Paloma Elsesser. She's a model. And so much more than just a model, but she's an icon to me. There's so many people. I think just like the everyday New Yorker is super stylish and effortless. So, the city.
So what's your name and what do you do?
My name is Gueseon Valeri. I'm a snowboarder, skater, influencer on TikTok. I make skateboarding, snowboarding content.
Awesome. All right. I have to get your channel info. Yeah.
the Kid 6, you know, TH3 KID6.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right, so tell me what you're wearing.
Legit, this is a calm fit. I try to like really be budget friendly, balling on a budget. This shirt is Obey, you know, old skater brand, really hype. I got it at Marshall's though, like under $20. And this hoodie is just a hoodie I layered with. Yeah, so it's like, you know, like a two-piece layer, just calm black hoodie, threw it over. And then these pants, I got these pants at Savers for like $6 in New Hampshire. You know, yeah, while I was snowboarding somewhere out there. And then these shoes, Facebook Marketplace, you know, I got them resale value for only like $40. But like I skate all my shoes, so I try to keep that under $100, all my shoes.
Do you have any favorite stores in New York City?
Oh yeah, this store right here. I'm behind one of my favorite stores in New York City. Burton. This is one of the best snowboarding companies in the world. You know what I mean? I do mad work for them, so I appreciate it being here. And we got good music in there right now.
Awesome. All right, so where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
Honestly, all over, man. I really use social media and I guess New York, really, but I try to keep it loose, very athletic friendly, I like to say. As long as I'm able to like move my feet, just be comfortable, free flowing. You know, I'm out on my feet all day, so I just need something cozy, but something still colorful. Cause like I used to not wear a lot of colors, so I'm trying to be more colorful nowadays.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name is Aiden and I'm a college student.
Awesome. I love your style and tell me what you're wearing.
Okay, so today I'm wearing an Arc'teryx beanie. This is my dad's Belstaff leather jacket. This is also my dad's flannel. These are some Balenci hybrid jeans / joggers. And then on the shoes we got Rick right here.
Awesome. All right. Where do you like to shop in New York City?
Honestly, my favorite place to shop in New York City is right behind you at 2nd Street right here. It's amazing. They got everything. It's steals everywhere. It's fire.
Awesome. What's your style inspiration?
I have a couple. Some of my style inspirations are mainly from like rappers like Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, who else? Playboi Carti, and honestly just my dad too. Like he just puts that shit on every day. So.
Hey, what's up? What's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name is Ryan Benitez, and I'm a bartender.
Awesome. All right. So tell me what you're wearing.
So right now I got on just a Canada Goose jacket, Summer Jam 2021 shirt, which is free. Just got it at a pop-up. I got some dry fit under for some layering, and my pants I got on. I got Mason Margiela. These are from the 2008 autumn winter collection.
What's your favorite place to shop?
Saks Fifth. Yeah.
What's your style inspiration?
My style inspiration, usually I just got all my style from my dad, cause he rocks like Tom Ford, Burberry, Gucci, Louis. Yeah, he's into that type of stuff. Dolce & Gabbana, Saint Laurent. Yeah, all that. So like, and he's been wearing it since I was like young too. So like, I just picked all like that type of fashion sense from my father, and like the music that I listen to too, like hip hop, R&B, singers and all that stuff, and like people from like the 80s too, like the rock and rollers, like what's it called? Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Yeah, Aerosmith. Yeah, they got a good ass style. Yeah, I fuck with Aerosmith. Yeah, I like the style.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name is Rima, and I'm a software engineer for a fashion company.
Awesome. I love your style and tell me what you're wearing.
I'm kind of wearing a basic outfit, but Uggs. These cargos, I think they're from Zara. Like an essential hoodie, and then also this jacket from Zara. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So where do you like to go shopping?
Well, I have 2 pieces from Zara, so that's one. I really like thrifting because I get to like find different pieces that sometimes are vintage and like not other people are wearing those, and I like those too. What else? I think thrifting is my main source. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite thrift stores?
2nd Street is pretty good. I think that's probably my favorite. Yeah.
Awesome. So where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
I followed like a bunch of different like fashion people on TikTok and Instagram, so those are probably my fashion expos. Yeah.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
My name is Jimi. I make music as Jimi Lucid. I also work at a gallery over here.
Awesome. All right, I love your style. So tell me what you are wearing.
Right now, I'm wearing a lot of thrifted stuff. These are Gap, like leather pants from the 90s. Just thrifted leather jacket, thrifted Levi, and then I have this shirt that I thrifted, mostly thrifted. Also got this like tie thing. Yeah, shoes Dr. Martin. Yeah.
Thank you. So where would you like to go shopping in New York?
I think there's a lot of good thrift stores, like L Street. Stuff is really cool. Sometimes over here there's like markets and they sell like stuff, which is really cool. I mostly thrift or find things online. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. So where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
I get a lot of stuff from like a lot of 90s bands, I like shoegaze. I like things that are kind of like low maintenance. I like a lot of leather also. So that's mostly what I'm into. There's also a really cool punk store called The Great Frog down that way. But yeah, a lot of punk, 90s music, fashion, that's pretty much it.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
Hi, my name is Alexandra Martinez, and as of right now, I am doing retail, but I'm soon going to be going to college, hopefully FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. And yeah, I'm thinking of doing fashion business management.
Tell me what you are wearing today.
Hi, so I'm wearing this skirt, which I got from L Train Vintage. And the shoes I got from Other People's Clothes. That's also a thrift store as well. The jacket or like coat, could be either or. I got it from Dawes Kill.
Awesome. So where do you like to go shopping?
So I like to go shopping in many places. Urban Outfitters, Finesse, if I'm not mistaken, that's a store in LA. Name Collective, that's a good one. Name Collective is a good one too. So yeah. I found these mostly on Instagram, so yeah.
All right, so where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
I feel like I just got it on my own in a way. Like I just dress up however I want to dress up. Like fashion, you could be as creative as possible and you could just be yourself with it. I would say always be yourself, don't be anyone else. Just dress how you want to, have fun with it. Because literally I wake up in the morning, if I'm going out somewhere, I just like pick out clothes for my drawer and just see what looks good and I'm just okay, I'm gonna go with this outfit. So yeah.
Hi, what's your name and what do you do for a living?
Hello, my name is Kyle Watanabe and I own 9 to 5 Vintage here.
Awesome, I love your style and tell me what you're wearing.
Carhartt pants, there's this Lee jacket that I bleached with some bleach, customized it. Yep. That's me. Doc Martens, socks with holes in them. Yeah.
Awesome, all right, so this is your store?
Yeah.
So tell me about your vintage store.
It's very small. It's a very small shop. Everything from like 40s to 90s, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, everything's in there.
Where do you get your fashion inspiration from?
My brain. Yeah, and the streets, people on the streets, and people like you or everybody traveling.
Thank you.